Assalamualaikum and a very
Salam.
good evening. I bid to our respected lecturer, Madam Shima binti Antony, and our fellow classmates. We are from Group 5, and for today's class, we are going to present about our findings for cyber policy review on Google. But before we dive into that, first and foremost, we would like to introduce ourselves, as my name goes by Siti, Rohadatul, and my team members are Altira, Abdul, Haneef, Zikri, Mohammad Shazani, Faliona, and Siti, Syazriatul, Afieza. To begin with, Google serves the services of Google Cloud for billions. However, it still faces risks like setup errors, password leaks, and AI threats. For instance, in 2025, the Salesforce breach exposed data plus a 127% workspace login attacks. This shows the growing threats Google faces. The purpose of this review is to evaluate its security setup against top standards, so it covers the strengths and weaknesses. Additionally, defenses like multi-layered networks and threat alerts fight login tricks and AI misuse plus fixes. So this guides our security evaluation. The scope and the methodology is that we use the 2020 until 2025 of public reports, including transparency and M-Trends, in order to confirm the ISO or NIST standards. Indeed, the secondary sources drove the analysis, whereby this ensures our objective approaches. Next part. Google, which is part of Alphabet Incorporation, runs search, YouTube, Android via global centers. Moreover, they are probably in between 100,000 staff that generate ads and cloud income. So this highlights the Google's massive scales. It also headquartered in Mountain View, California, as we all know that Google leads in cloud and AI under Alphabet Corporations. So the services offered in about 77.3 billion for Q1 in 2025, following by the Google Cloud and other bets, which are approximately $2 trillion in market value. So this demonstrates Google's business power. This is very important for the technology industry, as the tech, ads, and cloud demand robust protection against state attacks, ransomware, and supply chain scams. So laws like California Consumer Privacy Act, or CCPA, require secure data such as breaches erode trust and trigger fines. So cloud or AI risks include like stolen credentials and phishings, whereby the disruption could also help in trillions for global transactions. So this highlights Google's scales and vulnerabilities. So I would like to pass the next segment to the other presenter.
Thank you, Aisy, for the introduction. Now we move it on to the first section of cybersecurity governance framework. Google Cybersecurity Framework combines global standard, regulation, and internal policy to protect sensitive data and personnel. The company follow ISO IEC 27001 and ISO 27110 for information security management. The NIST Cybersecurity Framework 2.0 for risk management and general data protection regulation for data protection. Internally, Google enforces data classification, access control, applying the principle of least privilege. Regular security audit, policy review, and employee training help maintain compliance and strengthen security practice. For the Google Cybersecurity Framework also assign clear roles and responsibility to ensure proactive risk management and secure product development. The CISO leads cybersecurity strategy, risk management and compliance, and also guiding security and privacy team. The director of Google Cloud Office of CISO aligns security goals with business objectives and drive improvement across cloud product. And also the risk committees and security leadership teams identify emerging threats, assess risks, and recommended policy updates. Security engineer and technical teams monitor system, manage manage, control, and respond to threats. Specialized unit focus on threat intelligence, proactive threat hunting, and incident response planning. Finally, we have management and product teams that implement security policy and the department and product level, ensuring compliance and integrating security into daily operation. For the risk management and cyber control, Google used a risk-based approach to cybersecurity, applying multiple layers of control to protect system, data, and user. Continuous monitoring, threat detection, and vulnerability management help identify and resolve risk quickly. Key practices include identify and access management, encryption, data loss prevention, and also a zero trust security model. Specialized teams like detection and response unit and threat analysis group provide advanced threat intelligence, proactive threat hunting, and incident response. All controls are aligned with standards such as ISO IEC 27001, ISO 27110, and the NIST Cybersecurity Framework, supported by regular audit risk assessment. While these measures minimize risk and enhance resilience, the scale of cloud service and AI systems make it challenging to manage sophisticated cyber threats globally. Next, I will pass to next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Faliona. Incident Management and Transparency. Google operates Security Operations Center, known as SOC, that run 24/7. The center continuously monitor network traffic, user activity, and cloud workloads. Automated detection tools work together with forensic security teams to identify unusual behavior early, allowing potential threats to be addressed before they become serious incidents. So, transparency plays an important role in Google's security approach. Google publishes security reports and share updates with customers and regulators about risks, vulnerabilities, and security practices. This openness helps customers understand potential threats and take appropriate actions to protect their system, and which builds trust over time. When looking at the past cyber incidents, most were not caused by attackers breaking directly into Google's core infrastructure. Instead, attackers often targeted users through phishing emails or by stealing or login credentials. In some cases, customers made setup mistakes known as misconfiguration, such as leaving access permission to open. This shows that human behavior and configuration errors are often greater risk than technical weaknesses in the cloud platform itself. So, when an incident occurs, Google responds quickly. The first step is containment, which means isolating affected system so the threat does not spread further. This also prevents lateral movement, where attackers attempt to move from one system to another within the network. To resolve the issue, Google applies patches, which are software updates that close security gaps or configuration fix that correct system settings. So, throughout the process, customers are informed through dashboard, emails, and technical advisor. And Google also collaborates with government agency and industry partner to share threat intelligence. And finally, timely breach disclosure and transparency help maintain customer trust, reduce service disruption, and ensure compliance with regulation. I will pass to the next presenter.
Alright, thank you very much, Altira. Next, for this section, I will discuss the human factors and ethics, which focus on how human behavior and ethical practices affect cybersecurity. First, for employee training and awareness, Google requires all employees to complete mandatory security and privacy training during onboarding and on regular basis. This will help employees recognize threats such as phishing and social engineering and understand their responsibility in protecting data. Technical staff also receive role-based training to ensure secure system development and reduce human-related risk. Next, in terms of insider threat mitigation, Google applies a zero-trust security model known as Beyond Call. Employees are only given access based on the principle of least privilege, and access is continuously verified. Google also monitor unusual user behavior to detect potential misuse while still respecting employee privacy. Lastly, for ethical data handling and privacy protection, Google follows privacy by design principles by embedding privacy into system design from the early stages. The company also used techniques such as differential privacy and complies with the regulations like GDPR and CCPA to protect user data and maintain transparency. To sum this all up, Google's cybersecurity governance recognize that people and ethics are just as important as technology in maintaining security and trust. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Shazani. Moving on to the next part, we look at Google's future preparedness. In an era of hyper-automated threats, Google has transitioned its defensive posture from being merely reactive to one of proactive resilience. Their goal is to counter an emerging threats such as AI-driven phishing and deepfake fraud before they can fully realize. To do this, they have implemented what they call an agentic SOC, which uses AI for real-time detection and auto-response. Furthermore, their security foundation is built on a robust zero-trust architecture that employs 6 distinct layers of defense, including the Titan hardware root of trust. By integrating machine learning models directly into their security operations, Google is now able to automatically triage alerts and synthesize incident reports, significantly improving their response speed against modern threat actors. Moving on to the benchmark comparison between Google and Microsoft, we have broken this down into 4 specific dimensions to see how they're doing. First, let's look at the NIST SP 853 coverage. Right now, only a small part of Google services like BigQuery and Cloud are third-party certified. On the other hand, Microsoft has achieved maximum integration, mapping their service completely to industry standards. Next is FedRAMP authorization. Both are doing well here. Google is publicly recognized with high authorization on its compliance patch. Similarly, Microsoft has received authorizations for many of its services and explicitly links its documentation to those approvals. Moving on to the incident response framework, Google follows the NIST lifecycle and really leans on AI-powered intelligence through their Chronicle platforms. Microsoft, on the other hand, takes a more instructional approach, providing users with actual playbooks and specific tools like Sentinel and Defender to manage threats. Finally, regarding response time transparency, both companies are actually quite private. Google doesn't publish any specific data on how fast they respond to incidents, focusing instead on their certifications. Microsoft also doesn't give concrete numbers on how long it takes for them to contain an outbreak, though they do emphasize that you should test your response plan regularly. In short, Google wins on AI analytics while Microsoft wins on detailed documentations and coverage. Moving on, I will pass to the next presenter.
You have about 3 minutes left, yeah?
Right, thank you, Syazani. As for the critical evaluations and reflections, firstly, in terms of Google's strengths, Google adopts a highly proactive security approach, whereby they will always a threat hunting with a standby threat detection. Google also applied the global encryptions to protect billions of users at scale. These actions are further reinforced with transparency reports, which maintain its accountability. Secondly, for areas for improvement, there are some weaknesses remains which Google does not clearly disclose its detections and response timelines, making it difficult to evaluate the security incidents. There is also a limited transparency related to the third party. To address these gaps, Google could introduce quarterly security update reports and conduct yearly independent AI safety reviews and establish clear public safety standards to strengthen transparency and accountability. So from a hacker's perspective, the easiest targets lie within Google's massive ecosystem, such as Android vulnerabilities such as CVE 2025-48623 and 48572 could be exploited to create hidden backdoors across more than 2 billion devices worldwide, such as APKX. At the same time, AI systems like Gemini may be manipulated through hostile techniques that allows attackers to put hidden flaws that are difficult to detect. These attacks work by turning Google's scale into weaknesses that enable large-scale surveillance and potentially resulting in loss of user trust and long-term business damage. Moving on next slide. So in conclusions, Google's demonstrate a strong cybersecurity posture through strict access controls, and which is advanced threat intelligence teams such as Chronicle and Mandiant. And it has strong security standards. These trends have been effective in preventing ransomware attacks, credential theft, and state-sponsored threats that targeting its cloud and AI services. However, there are some ongoing issues. Google does not clearly show how fast it detects and fixes the security issues. There are also risks related to phone supply risks, new AI threats, and lack of detailed plans. So based on our review, there are a few key recommendations for Google to improve its cybersecurity and operational trust. Firstly, implementing quarterly fixed time reports and service promises for workspace and cloud will ensure consistent monitoring and accountability. Second, conducting yearly external AI security checks alongside a comprehensive software inventory will help identify vulnerabilities before they escalate. For the third, by introducing stronger encryption protocols by the end of 2026 will protect sensitive data and maintain a competitive security edge. Finally, by staff training and simulated phishing exercise aim to reduce human error by 20% and addressing one of the most common entry points for the threats. Together, the benefits are these actions are not only prevent new threats but also build trust among users, giving Google's a clear advantages in security assurance. That's all from us.
Okay, are you done? Now, looking back at what you have presented, you are presenting about Google and you are comparing it with Microsoft. Okay. So looking at Google and you're comparing it with Microsoft, how would you summarize these two organizations? Which one is better and which one is maybe need to improve in terms of their cybersecurity, in terms of the management of information security? Anybody from the group may answer.
If I could give my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I think Microsoft are doing well compared to Google because Microsoft has implemented their maximum integration with complete mapping to CIS control for their NIST SP853 coverage compared to Google, where Google only implement like onto services like BigQuery and Cloudbuild.
Oh, okay. Any one of you would like to add any more? Not add on? No? Okay. The next one, can you go to the next slide presentation? this one, critical evaluation and reflection. Because you say here, Google is left behind by Microsoft, right, Shazriatul? Okay, where they only have threat hunting, transparent report, but you said here they need improvement in terms of how they detect and what's the response time in terms of managing the threat. And then you also said here the main weakness of Google is that they have limited outside check or software lists. How would you explain on this? Why do you say they need improvement on this matter? On this area? Nak jawab buka speaker tu. Cepat. Which one to do? Faliona, yes.
Currently, as we know, Google there does not have clear share how quickly it detects and responds to cyber attacks. Without this insight, a stakeholder cannot know how fast they treat the threat. For example, the log4shell vulnerability is widely used. If Google share detection and response data, it can show how fast it reacts and reduce potential damage. So this improves transparency, build trust, and also relation. That's for the share quarterly asset report shows detection and response time.
Are you done, Faliona? Because your voice macam cok fudge. Okay. Maybe because of your internet, or maybe I don't know, maybe because of my internet. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, anybody else wanted to add on this part to support your answer?
Yes, madam. There's no specific performance data that can evaluate Google's performance, whereas when we compare to Microsoft, Microsoft focus more on compliances, and they provide broader software coverage and management protocols. So this needs to be Google's needs to improve in that part, as they are not just slightly behind Microsoft in that term, and they are actually having a big gap with Microsoft.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay. So thank you to this team because when I ask question, I actual fact wanted to know how good do you know about what you are studying or what you are analyzing. Yeah. Okay, now let us move on to the next group. Thank you to group Google tadi.